All right. It is Wednesday night. It is time for Notary Meet and Greet. And there is already some good conversation being had right now about notarize.com. And we've got some people in this group that kind of are going to get, give us some insight into that. So, so y'all were talking. I'll eat my chocolate.
Well, I was just congratulating Miss Monica, not Miss Monica, but Miss Crystal to say, girl, I seen you in class today. That's it.
So is it hard?
Yeah.
Like, was the training long?
No, not at all. And they're very thorough. I'm appreciative for their training and their insight. I like the role playing. They have the onboarding specialists and the onboarding people. So I don't know where Crystal is at, but I'm on my second portion of the onboarding process.
Nice.
So I love it. I love it. When I say I love it, I mean I love the training aspect. It's very detailed. They do not want to put you on the floor until you get the entire concept.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what about the money? You guys talk about the money?
Yes. I'm gonna give y'all an update in a month and actually show y'all my numbers. Yeah. So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
On Notarize?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
I cannot wait because I already know you finna blow it out the park.
Yeah, that and loan signing. Y'all don't know, me and my daughter, we got plans, y'all. You blowing it out the park too, Miss Monica.
I'm trying to, but Uncle Sam won't let me be great.
Uncle Sam?
He will not let me be great.
This so funny.
I'm trying to get this PPP money so I can get my feet in this fingerprinting water.
What are you talking about? Same here.
I'm trying to spend this $1,600 on this live scan machine. I'm not trying to play no games with these $150 signings. I'm trying to I'm
strategically doing it too. Yeah, same here. Because that live scan, I think the whole kit and caboodle was about $65. I was like, what? Oh, I can do this.
Yeah, and for the turnaround, as far as the return on investment, it seems like it could come back pretty quick once people know that that's what you do or know that it's a ability. As long as you're willing to travel to these mortgage bankers and doctors and whatever.
Oh, absolutely. I'm here for it. And also, did you talk to Josh at Live Scan?
Not yet. I haven't even made any moves because I don't have my money right yet. So I said, let me just do my research because I researched a little bit, but recently it's kind of come back in front of me. So I'm like trying to decide, do I spend money, do Ron, get the money up from doing Ron to invest?
I'll do a apostille and then do fingerprinting.
Right. But see, I'm very lazy.
Oh, you are? Well, at least you know yourself.
I know myself, and trading hours for dollars, that to me is the same thing as loan signing.
Oh, you're a boss. So yeah, I get it. I'm learning. I'm learning. Just give me a second. I get the second quarter.
I'm trying to leverage some money to see if I can't turn this around and then get my 19 and my 18-year-old to do the fingerprint, and we just
I would say go ahead and get in on Ron. I think
I would too. Yeah, because even Miss Cynthia recommended it.
Those of us that waited kind of missed out. But at the same time, it was still so volatile. There's no real way. There was no real way to know. But I'm really regretting current situation in mind with the bunch of stuff. I'm really regretting that I didn't do Ron earlier because I could be sitting at home instead of actually now working at a warehouse 4 days a week.
Yeah, talk to me about that because I know you just transitioned doing that at the beginning of the year. But you know what, though, Sebastian? What I love about you is that no matter what adversity comes your way, you don't show it
at all.
You couldn't even imagine, you might have shared it with the people you shared it with, but your demeanor doesn't change. You don't get down. You're still positive. You still, help people. So I just know that 2021 is going to be your year. Well, however, even though this 4 days a week is doing what it's doing to you, I think it's all a part of his plan. Honestly, I really do.
I don't show it to a lot of people. You guys don't get to see me hiding in the corner, all balled up in a little ball, worrying and stressing and stuff. So this actually things like this and getting out of the house really help get me out of that mindset.
Nice.
That's awesome. And it's temporary.
You don't want to be like me and solve your problems the wrong way.
No, that's a good way. I've been doing that too.
Same here.
Gotta take that edge off.
Okay.
Don't take any advice from me.
No,
But
no, but all in moderation too. So, but yeah, it's yeah, I kind of really wish I had done Ron a lot earlier, just because I wouldn't have had to run to this warehouse thing, and it sucks, but it is what it is, and I got to pay the bills. So
you got to do what you got to do. That's
that's
what you call, for anybody watching who doesn't know, that's what you call grown man shit. Okay.
Okay.
That's
Exactly.
what he just talked about, doing what you got to do. That's what that is. Okay. So what else has everybody got going on? Who's on the call tonight? Talk to me. Urania. How has your week been?
She's talking, but we can't hear her.
Uh-oh. You're unmuted. Miss Deborah's ready. We'll come back to you. Miss Deborah, how has your week been?
It's good. I'm concentrating on general notary work right now.
How's your Google My Business going?
Well, I've done a couple of signings at a car dealership. I also signed up for, I took Dominique's suggestion. I signed up for DeMars, but she said they don't have any, they had finished all the January training. So she's gonna let me know when they start up again in February for training. Also, I signed up with Maverick
I
Signing.
emailed them today about that same thing.
Yeah, she said that she would let me know.
I'm sorry, I emailed about the same thing, and she gave me the same response within an hour.
Yeah.
So if y'all want to get on the whole Damaris thing, I would say get on now and let her know.
Hold on. What are we? I didn't catch y'all. What were we talking about, guys? I'm sorry.
So Miss Deborah, let Miss Deborah tell me.
The autos, DeMar, Dominique had already gotten started, and I think she's done a couple with them, and she sent me the contact information. So basically what I did was send her my contact information as well as my profile. She said they were finished with the January classes, but she would let me know I'd be in the next class. She's just waiting on the scheduling. So because I live at an area where there's like maybe 25 or 30 car dealerships in the Rivergate area. And
okay. Okay.
So
can you hear me?
Basically what it is.
I'll share the website with you guys.
Perfect. I was just about to say DeMars and Associates is who we're talking about, and Sebastian's going to be putting it in the chat. Miss Deborah, please do tell about these car dealership signings. So
yes.
Well, they're easy. And I signed up for Maverick Signings as well because I uploaded my credentials, but I haven't heard back from them. But I've only done 2, and it's pretty close to what if you did the training with Katie. And I think I had maybe 1 notarization, but I like to cut quick and easy and no problem. So
congratulations. Yes.
I just definitely want to get more familiar. I want to get more familiar with all the forms and different things. So that's why I'm going to general notary work for a couple of months before I jump into the loan signing.
You know what? Oh, go ahead, Zara.
Oh, no. I said congratulations. I'm like excited because I'm ready.
So did you get those through Maverick, or did they just fall in your lap from?
I actually went to a car dealership, and I need your contact at Kia, if you don't mind. I'd like to stop by there also. But I actually just stopped at the CarMax, and he told me about one that was coming in.
So let me just get this straight. Y'all gonna have to stay with me. I'm gonna have to mute you for just a second, somebody, because there's some background noise. Okay, let me just get this straight, because Miss Deborah has been on top of her game since the beginning. Now, Deborah, correct me if I'm wrong. When we first started conversating, you hadn't yet got your commission.
No, it took forever.
That's what I thought.
Into November.
So I want you guys, I'm trying to paint a picture for you guys of Miss Deborah's journey to what she just said and why it's so significant. Because when we first started talking, she was vacillating between loan signing and general notary work, I think. And you ended up deciding to do just the general notary work, but you still had to wait on it was like December before it came in, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you had plugged into what we had going on. You took Katie's training. I think you took a couple of trainings. You were just kind of taking in information probably all over the place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you did what? You took action and you went to the who? Car dealership. Come on on through with me.
And so,
High five. There you go. There you have it.
and you know, and that's why I'm excited about this permit. So, because I'm hoping that's going to be a lot of some business as well, because I'm doing it part time, and I want to be more familiar with the forms and the actual stamping and everything before I go into the loan signing, and that's just me. And I know some people jump right in, and I just want to get a little bit more comfortable with, you know, just the process of putting everything in my journal, the process of, you know, just, you know, being there and, you know, getting familiar with the forms and everything. So, Monica, I just want you to know I appreciate everything that you do. And you ought to get in on some of that notary room conversation. You'd be great as a moderator. I just know you probably don't have a lot of time because some of those things can go long.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel it. I'm telling you, I am starting to feel the burn. Okay, when it
Oh,
comes.
and guess what? Laura Brewer just joined Clubhouse today, so I'm sure she'll jump in.
Oh yeah! I need to join. I cannot. I'm so glad you told me that. I've been waiting. I've been seeing a couple of notary groups pop up on Clubhouse, but now that she's got one, I'm gonna totally be.
No, she don't have one. She just joined Clubhouse today.
Oh,
Yeah, but she gonna,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But she probably gonna open her room and all that from
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's coming. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's on her way.
It's one now. They do a lot of different things. It's called the Notary Room. So they have different chats that go on from time to time, like they usually have on Wednesday. They got one that goes on at 5 o'clock Wednesday morning, but you know, sometimes
Wednesday, wait, what did you say?
Yeah.
5 o'clock Wednesday morning.
Yeah, but it goes on for maybe 2 to 3 hours. So you know, when I get up, I jump in.
Yeah, I was about to say, who got time?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that one I
Remember,
don't.
remember Dominique said they'll have them on for like days. She's fallen asleep and woken up, and they're still on the same same room, still talking. So
Wow.
Yeah, I think the one went on today like 3.5 hours. You know, I'd get off, get back home.
So I want to pivot over to Angie since I see she's in the room because it's tax season. Okay.
Hello.
Ooh.
And Angie is Miss Certified QuickBooks Pro lady. Okay. And we're getting ready to start to do a very elementary version of bookkeeping at the end of the month. But Angie,
What?
are you there?
You scared me when you yelled my name. I thought I was in trouble.
I want you to chime in, and I'm really trying to get you on the platform, man. I'm trying to get you to come teach us some stuff.
I don't do my apples.
What?
Apples suck. Sorry.
What do you mean Apple? You talking about Apple, the computer, the software?
Mac. I don't do Macs. I don't do iPhone, anything.
No. This is the platform I'm talking about. You got some background noise.
Can you put people on mute, Miss Monica?
I did.
I thought you were talking about Clubhouse.
Oh, no. I'm talking about like Notary Nerds University.
Oh, okay. I'm here. What's up?
So yeah, I just wanted to let you know I'm coming after you on that. We pay $150 an hour, and I need you for an hour and a half. And you know, it just needs to be, you know, whatever you know, like, because I already know you're the expert in whatever it is that you know. I don't know if I can't remember Quicken or QuickBooks, but we need to know it because the class. Go ahead.
I'm in QuickBooks, but bookkeeping in general.
Okay, well, I can't pay you this month, but next month I would love to have you on the calendar because this month we're just going to do it very simple in Excel, income and expenses. Okay, but next month I don't want too much of the 2021 to get biased, but we have somebody that's professional who can show us how to keep our books properly and establish categories and kind of get our system together.
Well, since we're on a time crunch, real quick question for anybody on here: if you hired independent contractors to do something for you, don't forget they are 1099 next now, not miscellaneous.
And that next is spelled NEC, correct?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And you're gonna have to, if you have QuickBooks, you will have to remap from miscellaneous to NEC in your books, and a lot of the books are going to ask you to remap. You have to update and remap. And rent stays the same. If you rent a place that is not your home, and you're out somewhere else, you have to submit a 1099 to your landlord, to your business landlord, and that remains on the miscellaneous.
Okay.
Because
See-
times are crunching. We only got a couple of days, folks.
What do you have? Oh, Rainey, I can hear you in the background. Okay. We need to talk PPP. Okay.
Yeah.
Girl, yes. I'm like, come on. What's the proper format to fill out that form and what's needed and required, truly?
I want to pull my hair out.
I have filled out the application, but my bank is behind the 8-ball, right? Because I set up complete signings as an LLC in 2020. However, the rules for the first
February.
draw of the was February of 2020.
Yeah. And don't forget, that also depend, it's first come, first serve. So if they run out of money, regardless of your dates, you're screwed. So if that's something you're doing, you need to like get on it.
Right.
So what about the people who are after February 2020? That's what I want to hear that part. Like, do we still qualify for the PPP loan, whether the money has run? Because I don't think the money has run out yet.
Yeah, it'll depend if they up it again. And I hear that they are talking already about doing another feed into this particular, because what happens is they qualify for so much amount and then they stick it into this PPP big bucket. Then as it starts dwindling down, depending on how many people apply, then they're like, whoa, this money needs to be replenished. So they're talking about another replenishment. Now they replenished the last one twice.
Oh, wow.
So they had it once and then they replenished it again. So now it's just kind of the same thing happening now. And of course, Mitch McConnell is freaking out about that seat. So that helps. So we shouldn't see too much naysaying on getting it replenished again, because the Republicans are not in rule. But we shall see how it goes.
And then also with the PPP, this round will the same rules or guidelines apply in regards to the forgiveness? Because I'm aware of some people who got their PPP loan the first time and they were forgiven on their loan from anywhere from 10 to 20,000 as long as it was under $50,000. So does that still apply for this go round if you qualify?
I am not a CPA, so there's limited information I can release. But I will say that if you are under a certain guideline, pretty much nothing has changed.
Got it. Okay.
If you make a certain amount of money in a year, if you're under that window, it's almost identical to the first time.
Got it.
Oh, and I just found out, I just spread it to everybody else on all my clients. So if you were declined a PPP through the banks, there actually, let me grab up my email. There's actually, you can, where did my mouse go? You can still apply for another thing that's tied. You may qualify for this other thing. Hold on. You talk while I look.
Okay.
Oh, here it is. I got it.
Okay.
I am putting the link in. I can copy it. And this only applies if you do payroll. And that includes even if you just do payroll to yourself.
Oh.
Which many of you should be doing.
Yes. Oh, please teach
us. Instead
us.
of draws, you should be trying to set up so that you take payroll.
Okay.
And if you take payroll, if you process payroll, this link applies to you.
Okay, I'm gonna go look at that link right now. You guys should just put it in the chat.
Hello.
That is not me.
Yeah, there's a lot of feedback on your line. I had to mute it because it's really loud and it's going. I'm not sure what.
Not me.
No. I was talking to you.
Oh.
Okay, try it again. Come off mute, Urania. Let's see. Let's try it again.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Perfect. Yes.
Okay. Well, first of all, hi everyone. Trying to hear you guys on my phone. I was wondering, like, she was mentioning something about for something for your business. I didn't like. What is that for?
You're talking about the PPP loan?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the payroll protection program. Angie, do you want to explain what it is? Because I'm just going to basically chalk.
Yeah. So, and this applies to independent contractors too. So you don't actually have to have payroll to qualify.
Okay.
So the deal is that the government did you pay attention at all to the first round last year? Urana?
A little bit, but not really.
Okay. So basically the government threw this money into a big pot for everybody to throw applications at to try to pull money. People under a certain value, as long as they spent 75% on quote unquote payroll, which I will explain different values of those payroll, what the meaning is of that payroll, because it's not cut and dry. Payroll, and then business expenses to keep running, not these frivolous stuff, but like utilities, health insurance,
Rent.
that sort of thing. If you used your money, rent, mortgage, that could go business mortgage, not home mortgage. Those actually, if you spent 75% solely on those expenses, then your whole loan was forgiven. So it then became not a grant, but kind of like the same idea as a grant, and it became income. It all got transferred into your books as income. So when I say
Does this include, like,
payroll,
student loans?
huh?
Does it include student loans
Say it again.
Student loans?
or any kind of loan?
We can't understand what you're saying. Say it one more time.
I said the loan forgiveness. Does that include student loans?
No, the
No.
loan forgiveness of the PPP that you get granted.
Got you. Okay, I got you.
Right. So,
Okay.
and then others you have like, it's like 30 years to pay back at 1%. It was like really lenient. So it was not like a huge deal if you got this money and eventually had to pay it back. But most people, a lot of people got it completely forgiven. So when we say payroll, it's actually kind of lax because it's not the same payroll as you would think of when you're talking about IRS stuff.
Right.
So payroll would include money you draw. You could, if it was an owner contribution, that was considered payroll. Regular payroll runs, independent contractors that applied for the PPP, their value money, they could consider that payroll. Payroll would be processing fees, including disability that you paid because of workers' comp, disability, health insurance, all that was kind of in that payroll, quote unquote, bubble.
And also gig workers qualify too. So if anyone's on the phone, Uber, Grubhub driver,
that's an independent contractor. Gig workers is independent contractor. So, and the other thing is that also constituted as payroll is if you were a business and you paid an independent contractor to do some other work for you, that qualified as the payroll, even though it's not really payroll.
Oh, okay.
So
well, I'm not just talking about payroll. I'm talking about who qualifies for the PPP. Gig workers qualify for the PPP, correct?
Independent contractor is gig work. It's the same thing, interchangeable.
Got it.
The proper term is independent contractor or sole proprietor.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then, I'm not sure. Are we switching? Because I have a question to ask Ms. Monica.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm not sure we're switching gears, but I wanted to know, when is Notary Nerds going to do a money challenge? Like, I don't know if we can do a money challenge, you know, 10K a month. You know, I don't know how people gonna do it, but I would love a money challenge, maybe second quarter, or I don't know what you.
Look, you just put something on the table I hadn't thought about, Zara. That's a really good idea. It's a great motivation, kind of a way to keep everybody with a goal in mind, like a little competition.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to mute. Okay, there we go. I love it. We just need to wrap our set a realistic and attainable goal in a
10,000 a month. That's realistic. And then you made us do our 90-day goals because you made me go get those cardboards from the Dollar Tree.
That's right.
And I broke down my 90 days. So I was like, okay, well, 10,000 a month look like it's obtainable. I'm not saying only from loan signs. I mean general notary work. If you want to add your 9 to 5 plus your part-time, however you want to do it.
Right.
But okay. I think 10,000 is a good start. Like 5 isn't real. Not that it's not realistic. You want your goals to kind of scare you a little bit, you know.
That's right. That is true.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I'll just put that out there in the group, and we'll start a little. How should we say? A weekly accountability Zoom or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Just around that, and we'll kick it off. I mean, we're already in quarter 1, so you say quarter 2, kick it off in April. You want to wait till April? That gives us time.
Yeah, because we need to get everybody needs to get their groove and at least some marketing going and brand, you know, your branding.
Okay, so talk to me. Okay, so how can we sweeten this pot? Like, you got me interested. Like, how should we make this? What should be the price?
I think everyone who enters the 10K challenge should at least put some money in the pot. So if it's 100, if it's 100 of us, at least at your $37, you know, let it make whatever, you know. I think if we do 100 people at 37, what is that? Because it's really 3,000 people in the group. So if we were to get 1,000 people at 25, let's not even do 37, $25 at 1,000. That's a nice little, you know, split between you and the, you know what I'm saying? Because you put together everything, your energy, time, so you need to get paid for that, you know. So 25 times 1,000 people, that sound.
Y'all, yeah. That challenge, and they have these little third-party apps where they like in real estate, they have this little account where you can hold all the funds in escrow and everybody can kind of see it. And that we need to find out. We need to make this as real as we can make it, because that sounds like a challenge I would love to participate in.
Yeah.
We all pulled, like, even if it was $5, it's not really about how much money's in the pot. It's the fact that you won it. You
exactly.
know? It's the fact that you did it because you hit your goal. Oh, I love it, Zara. Okay. So we'll definitely be putting something like that together. Start of April 1. It will be the start of that, because that will be the beginning of the second quarter. So I absolutely love that.
Yeah, but let me say why it makes sense though. If we're doing a 10K challenge, if you win the 10K, you can match the person on a 10K plus whatever. You know, I just think it'll turn out to 20. So, well, whatever you say.
Okay, so wait a minute. Run that by me one more again. What did you just say? You match?
If we let me hit, yeah. So if everyone who joined, just say it's 3,000 people in the group right now. If 1,000 people were to join, because that would be what, 10% at $25, that's $25,000. So, right? Isn't that right? $25 times 1,000. How much is that?
That is 25 damn thousand.
Yeah, I'm doing. Yeah. Oh my. So the person who wins their 10,000, you match it to them and give them. But you have to do the marketing and all that, so you get to keep, you know, the back behind the scenes and the training and get us the marketing and.
Oh shit! I see what you just did. Okay. Oh my goodness! So really, if you join in this challenge, you're thinking in the back of your head, I got a good shot at this. Otherwise, you're gonna keep your $25 to yourself.
Yeah, because you're gonna get your 10 plus match. You're gonna match they 10 and say, God bless you. That's 20,000 you walking away with for the month.
Oh, I see. Zara, we have to make sure this is legal. Is this legal?
Yes, it is.
50 states?
Well, I don't know about 50 states. You got my household laughing at you.
It's an agreement between people, so it doesn't matter. There's no unless somebody gets really mad and wants to go to court about it. It's as legal as anything else.
No, but I'm saying because Miss Monica's a part of Notary Nerds, you got the LLC. And clearly, everybody who enters the drawing at $25, 1,000 people.
You know I'm gonna have to get my attorney friend to draft us up something for this.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I was just throwing it out there. I'm not saying we have to, but I think that would excite us for second quarter.
You ain't never lied. Okay. I'm sitting here excited about, because if I fool around, okay, can I win?
Yes. No, you can't now, because you can't win because you the professor now. You can't win.
I can't win. Okay.
No, you can't win. No.
I have to exclude myself from this competition.
Yeah, but you still get you get an incentive clearly on the back end.
I'm cool with that, because I'm gonna probably have lots of customer service hours in on this. I can
exactly. So you're gonna get paid. But yeah, I think $25 at 1,000 people, that's 25,000.
Girl, you done started something. Do you know folks is getting ready to get real serious when this gets rolled out?
I told you. Look, that's why I said I was like, let me throw it out to Miss Monica, see what she say. But you have to get us prepared. When I say prepared, like marketing, and for the person who's part-time versus full-time, to let people see realistically, you're part-time, here go your hours. If you're full-time, this is your hours. This is how you're going, this is your strategy for, just give a whole, a schedule. If you don't follow, that's your business, but at least you laid out the pathway.
And here's the other thing. We got the Miss Cynthia Alexander that's getting ready to give us the that's getting ready to give us the notary permit game. Okay. To unlock that stuff. To unlock that $80 to $150 per signing. And we got Annie, that's gonna give us the apostille stuff at the end of February. And that's $150 to $300 per. There's a lot. I say those numbers, but I also preface that with the fact that those apostille, you're babysitting them, you're hand holding them, you're dealing directly with the Secretary of State. You don't get to, you cannot F up. There's not a second set of docs you can print out. These are original documents. So, but the price tag is a lot higher. And my whole thing with that is, by us getting the notary permit stuff and getting that, and you guys, let me just tell you, Rob down in Florida, who used to run the reverse mortgage division of Fifth Third Bank, or whatever bank he used to work with for 28 years. We're in conversation about a reverse mortgage application course, okay, for him to come in. He doesn't really care for notaries doing reverse mortgages, but I talked to him. I've had to keep talking to him. He actually brought it up to me when I called him, because remember I was marketing for you guys for the reverse mortgages, and he responded to that flyer in the email I sent to him, and he was more interested in the business side of it than providing me than allowing me to connect him with the notary in his area. So he let me know that your typical loan officer who does a reverse mortgage is not going to want anybody but themselves to do that application. The people that are going to want notaries to do a reverse mortgage application are working in a call center environment. And it made perfect sense to me. They may do 4 of these a year. They get paid $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 on a loan. So your typical average reverse mortgage lender is not going to be doing 15 of these a month, right? Because they get paid a lot more on them and they're harder to come by. So the people who are doing them are the high producing AAGs of the world who have, Tom Selleck commercials running all day, and then they are doing 10 applications a day. And so they're the ones who need the notary. So between notary permit and him and the apostille, and even though we don't have anybody to train us on the applications, the information is in the training platform to still get you to them. You can still wing it. You don't need any training or certification to do a reverse mortgage application. So the key is knowing who's closing them so that you can go directly to them. So your marketing strategy is really already outlined for February, because all of that stuff is already available to us for February. So that leaves you February to learn, March to put your money where your mouth is and start to doing some email marketing, some flyers, or whatever you got in your back pocket. So, okay, Urena, you got your hand up. You got a question?
Yes. Speaking of the marketing, I literally just did a business letter because I'm trying to get my number one, my website set up, my business email instead of using my personal email. and trying to get my logo business page set up. And so I don't have any of that set up yet. Has anybody like started even before they had got a business email or their logos or whatever?
Anybody want to chime in on that? I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, but anybody?
Yeah, I mean, and an email takes seconds. There's kind of no
Okay.
excuse for not having an email up. And even if you can just get a front page to a web page and then deal with all the subsequent pages later, that's kind of like better than nothing. And also you need to get going on your Google because it takes time. They have to email you, they have to snail mail you a card so that you can confirm your address and who you are.
Right.
So that takes about a week. So you should get going on the Google business now. Make sure your title has notary in it. Even if you're not notary, even if you don't, your title doesn't have the notary word in it, you can put a hyphen notary.
Oh, it does.
And,
Okay, so
why, and why is that important, Angie? Tell them why.
SEO.
Exactly. Search.
Because someone types in the word notary and boom, notary near me, notary, whatever. The suggestion Google does is notary near me. But put notary several times, mobile notary, even if you're not, general notary work, even if you're not, you want to get all the keywords in there.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, and all
Then
your
the second thing I'm having. Oh,
all the towns around
out
you.
of town. Oh, all the towns around me. Okay. Then the other thing is, I think I'm gonna have to go through. I think it's what it's called GoDaddy to set up my own because everybody wants to charge like $300, $400, almost $500 just to set up my webpage, and I'm like, wait, I'm not even making money yet.
No. Really easy, beautiful. Check out my website, wix.com. It is so freaking easy. Drag and drop. You can customize it yourself. It's fun. It's fun to build.
Okay.
And I do GoDaddy. I bought my .com years ago, and you can actually have it direct with masking to your Wix. So you don't see my Wix address. You see my lostinofficespace.com address. And it
Okay, I'm sorry. Who did you go through again?
It's lost. Here, I'll type it.
Okay.
So another thing to know is that like GoDaddy, they want to upsell you on as much as they can. So yeah,
Yep.
if you go through them, they will charge you $6,000 because yes, you need this. It's absolutely fundamental. But when you look at it, if you just go through GoDaddy and tell them all I want is a domain, the first year they'll usually charge you like $15 or $12 or $15. And if you go through Google, they'll do the same thing. The domain is like 12 or $13 for an entire year. So if you go through one of those, you can get them really, really easy, and you don't have to worry about it until next year. And the next year it goes up to like 20 or $30 or something like that. And then, like Angie said, that Wix is free, so you can even do that, and that works just fine too.
And then know that Wix will also try to push you to connect your domain to Wix. You don't need to do that. You would just go to the DNS file of where your domain is hosted, where you bought your domain, and have a redirect with masking. Okay. And that's free.
Okay.
Trinity, I'm gonna come to you in just a second, but I want to stop and look at Angie's website real quick. This is something that's so important to talk about, and that's partnership. I absolutely love what I see right now. There are two individuals
Absolutely.
in the same space working together for a common goal. And this I wasn't expecting to see, but it brings us to a point where this is kind of
last name Cambor, C-A-M-B-O-R.
Let me see here. So this looking at this website, and I'm sure you guys have your arrangement or how things work, but look at this. It makes you know that, okay, well, if one of them can't do it, I can call the other one. You know, that's kind of what I feel when I see here, that that it's just more than just one person, that gives you the feel of, okay, and they're listing everything that they have going on here. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, let me go to Trinity and get her question answered.
And thank you.
Mhm.
I said thank you.
You're welcome. Trinity,
Right. Yeah, sorry about that. I was copying something. I just wanted to know, this cannot be recorded.
oh, it can't be recorded.
I mean, can it be saved? I missed a lot.
Oh, it is being recorded. Yes.
Oh, I just don't know how to make it act right. I don't know. Or are you gonna have it on your website?
Yeah, I'm gonna post it in the group.
Perfect. Oh, perfect. All right. Okay. Hands down. Okay. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So yeah, so back over to that website, just kind of looking at it. And here's the thing, guys. I want you guys to start thinking bigger, right? So you've got your foundational knowledge. You've taken, most of you, at least one notary training course, even if it was the one at the NNA. So you know how to do an acknowledgement, you know how to do a jurat. You would probably be very well served to read Professor Closon's book, because I'm telling you, I've got 4 more chapters to go. And even though I only got commissioned in September, you can't tell me nothing, because I know what I know from having read this book from the gentleman who is the leading most expert of this topic in the country. So we've all done that. So now it's time to start thinking a little bigger. And partnering is kind of that next step between you and signing service, right? You don't necessarily need to go. I don't think anybody should, if you're thinking about doing a signing service, I don't think that you should not think of that. If that's already what you're thinking, keep working that thought through. But if you're not quite yet to thinking about a signing service, start thinking about developing little core groups of relationships with these other notaries that you have met in the group, people that you vibe with, okay, to do something like this. Like, this gives the air to the consumer that, okay, they got something going on here. You know, if one person is not available, I have the ability to get another person. So if this website was to come up in a notary near me search, whoever gets here knows that they got a couple of people they can choose from, instead of it just being, you know, Monica's mobile notary service. Does that make sense?
So guilty admission here. That's my partner.
Okay. Well, that makes it even better. So that's a situation. Okay, so the money
So
doesn't.
he decided to do this whole thing. I've been a notary for years. He decided to do the loan signing thing, and then I was like, well, why not? I should check it out too. And we ended up kind of doing it together. So
love it even more. But it still would be a good thing for people to start to think about, because even when I was talking to Annie about the apostille thing, she speaks Spanish. And the apostille process involves people who all speak different languages, because they're usually going to a different country, not always Spanish speaking, but just typically something, they're going to a different country with the document. But Spanish speaking people happen to be a large population of this apostille thing. So what she proposed is that for those people who do not speak Spanish, because the apostille process can work kind of in a remote fashion. So in other words, if Zara, you had something going on in Texas and you needed an apostille done, you're nearest to the Secretary of State, but Annie speaks Spanish. Your signer doesn't, or your signer would prefer to have someone who speaks Spanish. So she will be able to connect the dots with that and do the communication and everything like that. But that's an example of a partnership type of a situation. Now, forgive me if I'm doing that wrong, because I'm haven't taken.
No, you did it correctly. It's correct.
Okay. So, but the point is, that's an example of what it looks like to partner. Another example of what it looks like to partner is to say, hey, let's go in on some Google ads. Okay. I got $50, you got $50. Let's just do a single page free Google My Business website for just us. Maybe you've already got your own Google My Business. I've got my own Google My Business. But maybe we just kind of do this partnering thing. So we put our pictures, it's time. You've made some relationships. You've made some acquaintances. Now it's time to not be hesitant with those people that you have vibed with. If you ain't vibing with them, you can't do this, okay? But it's time to start having a conversation like, what would that look like? You know, if I got a signing, what would you want? If you got a signing, what would how would we work that through? Fox Virtual Communication has their hand up, and I'm not sure who that is, but come on in. Go ahead and ask your question.
question. Is Sebastian Spanish speaking? Or you
No.
or not? Okay. I was
I
about to
wish.
snatch you. I was about to snatch you, sir. Okay.
Okay, I don't know that they hear me. Let me ask them to unmute so they can come on. But I just wanted to drill that point home. Now it's time to start thinking outside the box when it comes to that kind of thing.
Okay.
There she is.
I'm sorry. One of my kids was out of control for a second, my 2-year-old. But you were talking about partnering, and I'm a reoccurring notary. I was the one probably about 15 years ago. And at that time, this was not available or it was not promoted. Now that I know what I know as far as the loan signings and all of that stuff, apostilles, I was speaking with another notary, and what I am in the process of doing is renting out 4, maybe 500 square foot office. All the local notaries that would like to run their businesses because of COVID, you don't want to go into anyone's homes. They will have a place to come and do their loan signings or the general notary work or whatever. And they will have to actually pay rent. We're at about maybe $700 a month for this particular place, but I have about 10 notaries paying $200 each. And with that, I also, yes, a month, and they have to pay a month in advance. So it's up to them if they decide to come to work. Whatever they decide, there is 4 desks.
We need website, we need address, we need all of that. That sounds amazing.
Yeah. And once again, I just finished my NNA. I'm new at this. I've already been in business. I am still in business with the real estate side of it. But once I saw that there are notaries here and this COVID is messing things up, I am up and running as fast as I can to try to get this established. And so far, about, let's just say about 10 notaries stated that they would go ahead. I have 5 of them that are already confirmed to put down their deposit. And each month I'm walking away minus expenses because I'm still with the person that's owning the office. I'm still negotiating, trying to get that 700 down. He doesn't know what my he doesn't agenda, but my goal is down to under the maintain our own office and do whatever upkeep that needs to be done. But if our notaries are paying anywhere from 250, 300 a month, running their loan signings and everything out of that office as notary is concerned, then we're good to go.
Let me just say this. That's a boss move. Okay. That folks, that's that real estate talking. Okay.
Yeah.
Now all she doing is selling real estate. Okay. She's selling a desk or a spot or that's what you call real estate 101. I love every ounce of it. And it makes
And we're only servicing like maybe 4 desks because the office is not that big. And 2 of the desks could be, it can have a divider in the room to use as a conference area so that if you had multiple signings from a household, put it that way, husband and wife and possibly daughter, they have their little privacy right there. But for the most part, that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. And
I love it. And I actually have an office and I'm about to institute that, but I think I need an office in a better area. Location, folks. So who am I talking to? Who is this? Fox Virtual?
Miss Johnson, Pam Johnson.
Pam. Well, Pam just, the nugget that Pam just dropped, okay, it has so many pieces to it. Yes, she's a real estate professional. Yes, she kind of has that going on, but that's not unattainable for anyone. What that involves is she found a space, and let me tell you why what she said is so amazing. Because right now, guess where everybody is working from? Home.
Everywhere.
Guess what happened to commercial space? It's been vacant. This is the time for you to get on Craigslist, not Craigslist, but loopnet.com, net.com. That's the website that you go to search for commercial space. Now, there's risk involved, right? Because as Pam knows, she goes and she negotiates with the landlord to get rent established. Then she establishes agreement with all these people to pay X number of dollars per month. But no matter what these people pay her, she's still on the hook for whatever she owes the landlord. So Pam's got to be a good judge of character with who she does business with. And not only that, she's already kind of mitigated any problems by getting a month in advance. So as long as go ahead.
The people that I have recruited thus far are basically legends in the business. They've been in the notary business for, let's just say, the most person been in there for 35 years, and the youngest years, I think she said she was in about 15. So these people we know and have well-established businesses,
Okay.
and they're older people who don't want to travel every times of day and night. So that was my demographic of who to choose to come, because at that point they're responsible,
Right.
you know,
And go ahead. I'm
they're
sorry.
paying a month in advance. So if they don't show up the whole month of February, I still have their money,
Right.
and they're under contract, and they're legally binding to pay that. And if they decide to remove themselves from the contract, they have to give me a 30, sometimes 60-day notice, depending on how young you are.
Right. Okay. So there is nothing I do not love about that. Matter of fact, that just turned into a shiny object for me. You know, the shiny objects that kind of take you to different places. Because the reality of it is the office space now, $200 per month. If you're running a business, $200 per month for rent as a line item expense is nothing. Absolutely nothing. And Zara, you remember when we talked about how we were trying to walk into how many general notary work signings that we would need in order to be able to satisfy? That's not much.
Yes, ma'am. At all. I think we said 13 signings.
Correct. So now how we up our game, because we talked about this, Zara, you were want to know how do we go to that next level? Well, there seems to be a process to this. It doesn't necessarily look like us continuing to do the work to make the money. In other words, let's start thinking of leverage and leveraging things. And what Pam just showed us is she's leveraging not her commission stamp. She's not starting a signing service and going out and finding signings and then brokering out the notaries for those signings. She sees a need where notaries of a certain demographic want to be able to do notarizations where they want to be able to do them. And they're willing to pay her $200 a month for that space. Now it's up to her to make money off that deal by negotiating with the landlord to get the rent locked, right? And then she's obviously got to manage there's customer service all in there, because there's people who are going to have schedules, and she's got to figure out how this person and this person are not going to be there at the same time. And you know, she's got to figure all that out, but that's easy breezy.
Not necessarily.
Go ahead.
Not necessarily, because the way we have the desk, the desks that I have chosen, they can be converted into a conference table. But once broken down, those are individual desks that can seat out of 10 people. I have enough desks to cover anywhere between 4 to maybe 6. My husband just told me about 4 to 6.
Wow.
I know all 10 of them won't be there all day long.
Right. I love it. I am going to be looking for space as soon as we get off of this call. Because you know how many notaries in Nashville, Middle Tennessee area that I've connected with? But my office space is a shared office space, and I pay $350 for that office space. So I'm sharing it with a title company. So I'm only there when I need to be there. But it does have a conference room or whatever. But again, with real estate, you guys, when you start thinking about doing what Pam just suggested, keep this in mind. Location, location, location.
Absolutely.
I'm in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I love Murfreesboro, but guess what? When you compare it to Nashville, who do you know more?
Right.
You know, Nashville. So I need to find space in a location that is going to be, you know, the most desirable. So don't try to do this in Podunk, USA, and wonder why nobody wants to rent from you. Okay, if you're not in a city that has a lot going on, you want to look for this thing. You want to look in that location that has a city that has a lot going on. Okay, that's one thing I would definitely say.
Another thing to capitalize on is if in fact they have mail coming through, or if they're routing their calls during a certain time. We have a business career center of youth that are going into business or have already started the entrepreneurship. So they have their business mind, but they just need to earn whatever capital needed to go ahead and flourish with it. I have interviewed a couple of them, and they'll be able to handle those calls. Now, if I have to have someone handle your calls and receive your mail, that's an additional, $50 to $75 a month on top of what you're already paid.
Sure, of course it is. I love it. It's still under market. And the notary doesn't have to commit to a lease. You do all of that. So they're just able to come to work and do their thing and have a professional environment. Now I can tell you already, my space would be the cutest. Like I would want it to be very well appointed so that when people came in, it was not to die for, but like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. Am I wrong?
Anybody who's looking on an Airbnb right now would be in a really good spot to start marketing to notaries. Just convert the bedrooms to offices.
I don't know about that. Do you think people want to go to a residential house?
No, that's what I said. You rent in a first floor apartment. You have one of the bedrooms you can convert into a conference room. You have a full working kitchen as a little cafeteria. People can store their stuff in their fridge. You have the living room for the main people with all the desks, like the living room and dining room. I used to work in real estate, and we actually did this for somebody. But like, if you had an apartment, a first floor apartment, that's all you need. And it's homey, it's quaint.
Well, you guys, you guys
to convert housing Airbnb.
You're breaking up. Pam, we can't understand you. You're breaking up.
I'm sorry. With our Airbnb, what's going on is every 5 days I make this. So I would not put a place where people are able to live until I not eat every 5 day $1,000 income that will be needed.
Okay, we caught some of that, but not all. We heard a little bit. It sounds like you wouldn't necessarily want to use your Airbnb for this because the Airbnb is still generating more money than this would.
It's generating incredibly.
Okay.
Every 5 days is 1,000.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so that becomes a business decision. But to Angie's point, not everybody might be in that boat. There may be people who are struggling to get their Airbnb rented and would be
is like for the people that are having that hard time renting out that Airbnb for whatever reason, they're not making that 1,000 a month. Maybe they're only making 200-300 a month. Why not flip it, convert it, and do the same thing? Of course, you want to be in a good area. You don't want to be in a too bad area. You got to really make the decision and look at all the surroundings. But that wouldn't be a bad idea if you had, one or two, 3 different Airbnbs you had kind of spread all over the city that you could say, hey, I can meet you here. And it's a kind of a neutral spot.
Right. And for those who are struggling with their Airbnb, consider the corporate housing, reaching out to some of your main huge companies in your area who have others coming from the other locations and stopping by your city or your town to build up or to restructure the organization. Corporate housing is awesome too, if you just need that income to fill in the gap.
So you guys, I absolutely love this brainstorm mastermind that we have going on right here. because that's completely outside of the box, was not even on my radar, but it speaks every piece of the language that I talk, okay? Is finding a space and finding the notaries, which is extremely easy. Once you find the space, they'll come. You know, it's just a matter of you letting them know. I haven't put that out there in the atmosphere. So Pam, thank you for reminding us of this.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
I got something to share. I got something to share. It's funny that Sebastian, is that your name? That he mentioned about the Airbnb and people doing it, in those particular places. My kids are actually grown, and I literally have so much space in my house. I'm actually working on turning a certain area of my house into my own personal office because I'm independent. So I've actually got my location set up here at my house, literally, because there's so much space. And I plan on paying off this house anyway and making it an office before I work on my new house.
Wow.
So,
I love it.
Yeah.
One thing I will say that I learned when I was considering utilizing my home office that I'm in right now for notarizations is insurance and crazy ass people. Them two things. If you can figure those two things out and you're good with that, you got a Ruger, you got a Mossberg pump, if you got if you're taken care of, then by all means.
As always.
But outside of that, I love it, especially if you know that you're gonna be transitioning out of that home into another home eventually anyway. It's not gonna be your forever home that you would have to worry about. But this is what you guys just got from Pam, and the nugget that Sebastian dropped on the Airbnb were next level type of thinking. You're a notary, you got your commission, you're doing your thing, you're doing your notarize.com, you're doing your Google My Business, but you can only do so much as an individual. I don't care how much you learn about becoming a notary. There's only so many signings. There's only so now it's time to start thinking about, okay, I've got my foundation laid. I'm doing this. Now let me simultaneously leverage what I know about this industry. And what you know about this industry is, guess what? Notaries don't necessarily like to travel. And guess what? People don't necessarily want notaries in their house. Okay. So you can kind of solve that problem by you going and finding this commercial space and you negotiating something that makes sense. And you have to remember, there is going to be a little bit of customer service in this. You're going to have to collect payments and make people sign agreements and do things like that. But that's the kind of thing that us as a notary is just an admin to me. A notary is somebody who doesn't mind paperwork, who reads the instructions, who follows rules. We're just all the same that way. So that's kind of second nature to us. So, but there is going to be a little bit of that. But if you are able to not only develop a space that you can monetize and generate a profit from, but don't forget, you also get to work there too, right? Pam, do you use that space, or will you be using that space yourself?
I'm sorry, no, I would not.
Okay.
Because I have to notary all day. So while I'm learning, I have to earn.
So you might
And
even,
this is a wrap.
let me tell you what's going to happen with you. I sincerely doubt you'll do any loan signings. You're going to be like me. You're going to learn how to do loan signings, but you probably won't do very many, because it sounds like to me your highest and best use is finding more of these little spaces for notaries. I'm just saying. I'm just going to put that out there in the atmosphere. Okay, what else does everybody else have going on?
I'm moving to Virginia.
VA. Okay.
The wrong state.
So wait a minute. Remind me where you are right now. You're in New York?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you lose your commission there, or do you get to keep it, or how does that all work?
Well, so I get to keep, I just found out Monday, I was practically in tears. I have a very well-paying part-time job as a forensic bookkeeper in a firm, and we work on lawsuits. And they have agreed to keep me. So I will actually be working in New York, quote unquote, as well as living in VA. And I already have, from something else before, a registered agent here. So technically, my legal address is Albany. So I get to just perpetuate it. So I get to keep my New York notary.
Wow, Angie, congratulations. You'll be able to notarize in 2 states?
Yes. That aren't even connected. And then when I go to VA, I will be trying, I don't want nothing to do with Maryland. Frick Maryland. No, thank you. But I do want to get my commission in DC as well.
You are about to boss all the way up. Like,
but I think I'm not 100%, but I think I might just stick to general notary work. I'm not entirely sure I want to continue with the loan signing stuff.
listen, no shame. We will not allow the shame.
To me, it's like, it's so much work for like not much money.
You know, and okay, so I get it. And I see and I hear of all of the money that's being made in it, and they got it figured out. And I am not mad at it. But there's an expense column, as you well know.
Exactly.
That includes stuff that we all don't really talk about very often, like where
exactly
gas, other
that I think about instantly. That's the first thing on my mind. Gas, paper, ink, time. How much is my time worth per hour? My time per hour and everything else I do would be spent just by reviewing the docs for the amount of money that they pay you. And then you don't have the headache. And we are not thanked enough by the state. Like here in New York, it's $2 a signature. Are you freaking kidding me?
Right.
I don't even charge for signatures. I just charge for convenience and travel.
Right. At least you have gotten hip to the convenience fee and understand the ability to utilize terms like convenience fee and administrative fee and travel fee to make sure you capture all of your
and you don't have to print as a general notary.
And here's the thing, my finance professor taught me the time value of money. If you go and you earn money and it takes you 2 weeks, 30 days, or 45 days to get that money value is not as good as the money that you can get right now, right? Because you have to wait on that payment to come from the signing service, be it that 2 weeks away or 30 days away. And here's something no one has talked about and I know has to happen: collections. I don't know, what the number is, but if you're in business, people are not going to pay you. That's something that's going to happen. It might just be a 1% or 2% or whatever. But when you're out here and you're doing everything, if you don't have something solid in place when it comes to accounting so that you can know what's due and when it should have been here, and then not only that, make sure you go get it, then there's going to be a little bit of stuff missed there. So I'm not mad at loan signings. Power to the people, to everybody out there doing it to it. Y'all are my heroes. But I had a call today from a notary in Memphis, and she was like, I got a call and I accepted the sign. I was going to accept the signing. It was for a refinance, an hour and a half away. It was in Jackson. She said, it was, $95, and I counted it at 150. She counted. Yeah, she counted at 150, and she didn't hear back. Well, she worked full time, and it was about 1:30 when we were talking, and she was like, well, should I accept it if they do get back with me at 3 or 4? And I told her, I said, if you don't get docs and you got to get home, leave work at 5, go print docs. Yeah, you can rearrange and kind of be flexible with the signer on the schedule, but you're driving an hour and some odd away on the hope those docs are like they need to be. You don't kind of know where you're going. You're by yourself. You really have to kind of really factor all of those things in. And she just decided that it wasn't worth the 150. And plus, she didn't know that they were going to give her the 150. She just countered at that number. So diversifying your portfolio is good. I think you should do loan signings if that's what you got in this thing to do. I'm just personally only going to do as much as I need to do to learn. And I have done some, I've done, a loan modification, but I haven't done a HELOC or a refi or whatever. But I have a loan officer background. I used to do loans. I'm a real estate broker. I don't have any, I just don't want to do it. I don't want to travel.
Right?
I don't want to.
Right?
I just don't want to. I'm just going to be honest. Okay. I love this. I love finding these creative ways in which to do things. And so that's where I'm at.
And the lack of monotonous.
Yeah.
Everything's new and different.
Yeah. Yeah. But
then the other thing is this whole Ron thing. When I started researching, and I'm like, you're lucky if you make $5, but you're sitting at your desk, that's fine. But there's so much expenses for Ron. It's not just your camera and, faxing back and forth, scanning back and forth no, it's this whole thing. And I'm like, there's so many expenses relating to the Ron. I'm like, how does anybody make this work and financially pocket well?
Well, I can tell you this. Aretha has figured it out. I'm just going to drop that little nugget. I can't go beyond that, but Aretha has figured it out. Now, she will tell you at the beginning, she spent a lot of money to figure it out. She spent a lot, and a lot of the money she spent was just spent money because she didn't get anything from it. She'll tell you that. But now that she's in her groove, and also it's demand. There is a heightened demand for remote online notaries because some states are still in limbo on whether or not to do it. And what other states are doing is they're piggybacking off of those notaries who can do it. So there's a lot of creativity going on with that remote online notarizations, and places like, was it Pavaso? There's a place that says, hey, you can't be a notary with us unless you are affiliated with a title company that we already do business with. Well,
yeah, I know who you're talking about. What does Aretha look like?
Too.
Say it again, Angie.
What does Aretha look like?
She's got the blonde hair, short. She's Aretha Hughes. So what else?
Okay, I'll look her up, but she's not the black older lady.
She's not older, no.
No, okay. I saw another one who did this whole thing for us on another chat in one of these notary things.
Oh yeah, no.
And she put out all these sites, and I know which one you're talking about.
Okay. Well, Georgette is the lady who's going to teach government contracting for notaries. Well, a couple of 2 or 3 weeks ago, she took the Ron class with Aretha. She went out and did her first Ron, and she was like, okay, I get it. I see how this, works. But she told me that she signed up with this company that apparently supposedly wasn't supposed to take people unless they were affiliated. Because she was Ron, they accepted her ass. So that's where Ron, I say, still may be one thing to look at very closely and kind of maneuver and do. Just because.
Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm just trying to find the money in it.
Gotcha. Yeah, 75 to 85 a file, I think. What's Sebastian?
Here's something that I found out today in that meeting with Notarize and Adobe, is that Ron is legal in all 50 states. It's legal to accept in all 50 states.
Right.
Now, the issue is that not all 50 states have allowed notaries to become Ron certified. That's the issue. So like in California, I think it's California or somewhere over there, they aren't Ron active. But if a document is signed electronically via Ron, it's still acceptable,
right?
Legally acceptable. So that's they're piggybacking off the other states. A lot of states are just doing that because it's a simpler way. It's like, okay, well, they can figure it out, and once we figure out how we want to deal with it, then we can do it. So Ron is coming. Well, I mean, it's here, and it's definitely going to be the future. It's just how it's implemented here going on. And I think as notaries, we all need to like pull together and say, hey, this is what needs to happen with Ron to make it kind of give it that baseline for across the board of, hey, this is what needs to happen in order for everybody to be okay with that.
And here's where I am with Ron. You know, as with all things, I am trying to not be the one physically doing the actual signing. So for those of you who are thinking about signing a signing service, think about this. What if you kind of combined a hybrid of what Pam did, right? And got this space and had notaries doing Ron's all day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they could do them.
Yeah,
but what's the key? You know, because then now you're somebody. Now you're somebody, and you can go to every single title company and say, hey, look, we can handle all of your, and yeah, you can do it from home. The notary doesn't have to come to the office. It could be it just would be another option for them to get out the house if that's something that they wanted to do. But just imagine the credibility you would have with a title company when you're showing the pictures in your email marketing and saying, hey, this is our office. We deal with Ron exclusively. We would love to partner with you to show you what softwares you need in order to be able to do your signings remotely. Okay, we're talking next level things when we talk about, you know, securing a lease, when we talk about setting up a signing service and doing these things. These are all different ways that you can leverage, because you don't want to stay with you making the money by doing this. That's not sustainable. You might as well be working for someone else. Okay. Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you haven't read that, you haven't read one or both of those books, there's a couple more out there that people recommend, but Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Because until I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, I didn't understand that I don't have a business. I have a real estate brokerage, I have a farm, I have a notary signing thing, education, whatever you want to call it.
You're on the left side.
I'm on the left side of the quadrant, which means that unless I show up, I don't get paid. You do not have a business until you don't have to show up and you still get paid. So these ideas that we're learning about tonight are ways to get us there. So we don't want to get so trained up and comfortable in our day-to-day of doing the work, because we all were raised probably the same way. Work hard, you know, put in your hours, hard days work for hard day pay. We were probably all taught something similar to that. Well, that doesn't get you ahead. What that does is it allows you to maintain. But the problem with maintaining is our basket of goods has gone up in price. Milk, gas, rent, utilities, all of everything costs more. So if you're just maintaining what you had, you're gonna kind of always be behind the 8 ball. So you have to have something to get you over the top. It has to be an extra stream of income. Most wealthy people have, I think, 7, is it, streams? So you have to think of your business. First, you got to learn how to replace yourself. But we're all at varying stages. So I don't want to push this. You know, this is the stuff for thought tonight, because a lot of us are just getting started. So I don't want you to jump from where you are to too far out. That's not a good idea either. But it is very important for you to understand, I'm learning this so that once I get it, I can identify others who can do it well. Because what you're doing is you're learning your process and your procedure, so you can identify other people who can do it too. Because you'll be able to catch, no, you don't know what you're doing, I'm not going to hire you. Yes, Angie, your hand's up.
So I have a out of the box advertisement for you, which worked really well for me when I first moved to New York.
Nice.
If you can afford it, I'm sure you guys have heard of WeWork. Yes. Okay. So if you pay the base rate for WeWork, and at the time this was, I don't know if they've gone up. I can't see why they would. It was like $45 a month. And it also earns you 1 day a month within one of their buildings. But they have a online platform that's strictly for WeWorkers. And this is basically all the other WeWorkers across the world. It's not just local, but you can also pigeonhole down the search for local. But they talk to each other, and if they have something they need, they put it out on the WeWork world before going outside the WeWork to find people. And it's a great way to build your general notary, because these are people that will, hey, I need a notary. I can't tell you how many times before I went general notary work, I had my notary, but I didn't actually do much with it at the time. I can't tell you how many people were asking for notaries, and I would pop in and say, hey, I am a notary. What's up? Even though that was not my gig, but so it is an option. It would be $45 a month. You get a day in the office where you can actually use it as just to work, or you can say, hey, I'm going to be in the office at this date and time, and everybody comes to you at once for stuff, that sort of thing. It's a way to make connections and a way to open up for advertising. So you could call this, instead of rent, you could call it an advertising cost too.
I like that. Speaking, I want to double back over to Miss Deborah. I forgot to ask you on those car dealership signings. Do you mind sharing how much they paid?
Who?
Miss Deborah. Are you there, Miss Deborah? Okay, maybe she's stepped away. But yeah, if she comes back, remind me. But yeah, Angie, that WeWork is a great idea. You guys, don't forget, you can save the chat. Okay, the chat is if you don't know how to save it, it's the little 3 dots. When you open up the chat, there's a little three dots down there by the word file, and you just click it and you click on save chat, and it'll save on your desktop. Okay, so the reality of it is that we have enough out here that we can kind of stir around. Zara dropped a super duper exciting type of thing. We will definitely be fleshing that out and doing this 10K challenge or whatever. Zara, we'll need you to come up with the name for that, okay, since this is your brainchild. And so we'll need you to get back with us on that maybe next Wednesday, and we'll just kind of start putting that out there in the group and seeing who would be interested in it, and we'll just take it from there. But the other things that Pam shared and that Angie shared, you guys, I'll get with Angie on the coming on board on the teaching us, so we can possibly get that going for maybe March. Maybe February, but we'll see what the budget looks like for February, because I've already got a lot of instructors, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. So, but let's see here. Angie says circling back.
Thank you guys for tonight's. I mean, this was a good Wednesday night call we did this off the wing, or what do you call that? Freestyle this.
I love when we freestyle, because this is when the wonderful stuff happens. So
absolutely,
I'm not mad at it. But yeah, you guys start thinking creatively, start looking at loopnet.com for that commercial space, start paying attention to these for rent signs, these empty buildings. Remember, location, location, location. If you don't think it's cute and pretty, probably nobody wants to come there, okay? Don't get it because it's cheap. It's got to be cute and pretty too. Real estate, you got to make it pretty, okay? But yeah, so that's it. That's all I have. Does anybody else have anything that they want to discuss before we go?
I don't have anything I want to discuss. How do you save the chats? I found it, but I don't know how to save them.
Okay, so pull up like you're about to make a chat, and then in the bottom of the chat box, there's 3 dots in the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah, it has to be on the computer, not on your cell phone. So hopefully you're on your computer.
Oh,
gotcha.
That's what.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I was gonna say, because I saw the chats, but I don't know how to save my phone. So
do it on your phone, unfortunately.
Yeah, it has to be.
Oh, okay.
Urania, type in your email address. I'll send it to you.
Oh, send it to me too, Sebastian.
Oh, okay.
You're amazing. Please.
Miss Monica, this is Narisa.
I can let me see.
Hey, Narisa.
Live training is on Tuesday nights, or is it just on certain dates, or?
Good question. So on Sunday evening, we have the Smartest Notary competition. That's at 6 o'clock. And we're gonna maybe do a little bit of change around to that. We may change the format up of that a little bit. On Wednesday night, like tonight, we have
to close our show.
The Notary meet and greet, which is just what we're doing. Just sometimes we have a topic, sometimes we don't. And then on Saturday morning, we have book club. And we're finishing up this book this Saturday, but go ahead and order Bill Soroka's book on LinkedIn. If you don't have Bill Soroka's book on LinkedIn, go ahead and order it, because not this Saturday and maybe not next Saturday, because I think I want to take a break. That following Saturday, we'll pick up and we'll start with Bill Soroka's book. So there's 3 nights per week, Sunday night, Wednesday night, and Saturday morning, that we kind of connect as a, I guess, whatever you want to call it. Now, the other trainings that you're hearing about and that kind of thing, those are all on the Notary Nerds platform. So you have to be a member to get those. And that's the $37 a month. And you want to do that before January 31st, because after January 31st, it's going to be tiered. So you'll have a $37 a month membership, a $67 a month membership.
I'm $100 tier.
Exactly, and a $97. So if you do it by the 31st, just on the fact that you're a day one with me, you're gonna, no matter what, stay at $37 a month. So.
Oh wow, are you serious?
Absolutely.
Oh girl, I'm hugging you. I thought I had to go to $100.
Oh, I need to hurry up and do that.
Yeah, no. Maybe I need to make an announcement about that. No, if you do it by the end of the month, you are locked in at $37, period. So
you're amazing. Okay.
Yeah, and just so you guys understand what I'm doing with that, I'm going out and finding people who are clearly experts in a field that helps a notary do their job better or their business better or whatever. So we've got Notary Permit Runner that's going to be taught by Cynthia Alexander. Feel free to look her up. We've got the Government Contracting for Notaries, Georgette Dilworth. Look her up. We've got Mark Friedman, who's going to be teaching loan documents for notaries, just the standard loan documents. He's got 28 years in the business. All of these people I've done interviews with on our YouTube channel, so you can learn a little bit more about them. Most recently was Annie. She's the one that's going to be teaching apostille at the end of the month. So just kind of go to the YouTube channel, kind of figure out who, all the instructors will be for February. Again, I'm still in conversation with Rob about the reverse mortgage application. And that probably won't be next month. It'll probably be it'll probably be in March. But every month, my intention is to go out and find industry professionals, adoption attorneys. I've got a gentleman that I went to undergrad with. He's probably going to do my wills in the States. He's an attorney here in Tennessee. So he's looking at his calendar for me on that. And then, we're going to talk to criminal attorneys. Here's the thing, real quick, and then before I go. What Tammy and I talked about, for those of you guys who don't know, Tammy is my ace, my bestest, my
bestie.
Yeah, she's the one who told me about this notary business 10 years ago. 10 years ago, she gave me.
You got to buy Miss Tammy a car in 5 years. I'm just playing.
I already told her she's gravy. Like whatever I hit, she hit. She gave me this book 10 years ago. You see it?
Wow.
Notary Signing Agent Certification Course. She was moving to Georgia. She was like, Monty, you know what? I'm not going to do anything with this. You should do it. This is what the NNA, this is how you became a loan signing agent 10 years ago. And because of that, I always tell people that. But where was I going with this?
What you're doing, Notary Nerds. You're going to go into Notary Nerds.
Yes. So the whole thing at Notary Nerds is I'm bringing people who are expert in the areas that, and even though we think that it involves a stamp, that's where I was going. Tammy and I were talking, and we realized, because we kept coming up with learning about different areas of people who needed notaries, like the reverse mortgage application. It doesn't require a notarization, but it needs they trust a notary. Why? You're background checked. You're already vetted by the state. So in terms of business and opportunity, don't necessarily think of who needs a notarization. Instead, think of who needs a trusted professional to do the job. Who needs, because a lot of these businesses that use notaries, field inspectors, and all these different things are because they know that the state has already vetted us and that we have E&O and we've got bond. So we are actually needing to market ourselves in a grander fashion than just who can I do a stamp for? Instead of that, start thinking in terms of, who needs somebody that they can trust to do something? And then the whole market starts to change. So from that regard, we're going to be exploring instructors who are professionals who may give us ideas on what that looks like. Okay, but we might discover that Quest Diagnostics, the laboratory that does a lot of medical stuff, they may have sensitive documents that need to go from place A to place B. And if we market to them and say, hey, look, I'm a notary public. I know you probably don't need any notarizations. However, I'm available to you as a courier should you need it. Those are the kind of things that as a notary public, we have the ability to put ourselves out there into the marketplace and see what happens. Will something turn up every time? I don't know. But when we started to look at, why do these people need notaries? This is not even going to get stamped. That's what we came up with. Okay. So think about that. Anything else?
Yeah. Can I chime in quickly?
Sure.
So for announcements, I don't know who's the admin, but please can they put a weekly schedule so that if we're not doing, what's the competition on Sundays and all that, we're all aware of what's on the calendar.
Right.
If that's not already done, you could be putting announcements, or if it's already done, I'm not sure. No one has to keep asking because I don't see it. And then also on YouTube, I keep trying to get you already on YouTube. It's time for you to go ahead and, get our mascot and what we got going on. And to also to explain to everyone in the YouTube world, what is Notary Nerds, to funnel them to the tiers or to the entry. You need to start, because no one knows what Notary Nerds are, but the people who are met you and that's already in the group. Ooh. But you need to put it on the platform of YouTube, if that makes sense, and start the branding concept of Notary Nerds. So I keep telling about the mascot and you playing, but it's okay. Don't listen to me.
No, you're right. You might be onto something with the mascot though. They're gonna have to have some glasses.
Yeah, of course. Of course, it's Notary Nerds.
Exactly. Okay, so announcements, heard you loud and clear on that because that's all over the place. I need to get that figured out and have like a calendar and just do it that way.
Yes, ma'am.
And then I hear you loud and clear on the, I need to do a video, an introductory. Yeah, I need to do,
Because on YouTube, all you're doing is saying, I see you interviewing the people and I'm tapping in as well as everyone in the group. But if someone goes to the page, no one knows of Notary Nerd. Like you're saying it, but they're like, well, there's nothing there's no description. You have no link. There's nothing going. Yeah. And then you're not also able to, and then you need to be able to track the traffic that's coming through YouTube. Cause I'm telling you, Miss Monica, it's coming. You already went from, I seen you when I first started on YouTube, you were at 100 subscribers. Now I want to say you at 400, right? So I'm tracking it. I'm screenshotting. I'm like, damn, she growing every day. Go look at it.
I'm about to go look at it right this yonder. Hold on, let me go.
Yeah, go to your YouTube.
Okay. Let's see.
And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying.
Now I love it because you know what? You're right. I need to, and my kids are really good at YouTube. And they've been helping me because I've got my TikTok going now, and not for the notary stuff. And that's another thing too, because I'm kind of all over the place with stuff. But I definitely hear you loud and clear on the YouTube because that makes sense. Because I know when I go to a channel, I want to know exactly what it's about. And in the YouTube, in the Notary Nerds channel, I haven't really done that explanation. So
and on the Notary Nerds, your highest views that you're getting, because I have a plugin, not just for yours, but just for other YouTubers that I'm following. You're like on your last one that you did on January 24th for the book club, you got 24,000 views, right? On the back end.
Shut up.
Yeah, I don't know how to show. I'm looking on my screen, but on you're getting views.
How did I get?
So you have to, but you don't have the plugin. What's this plugin called, you? What is this called? Like, what is it? Oh, vidIQ.
She's got that that like what you have on your browser where you can see all the metrics.
Oh,
Monica?
They have it for YouTube too.
She's got a metric viewer for YouTube, so that's what she's looking at.
Oh. Thank you, Sebastian, because I don't know what this is.
So I've got
on the back end.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I've got
congratulations.
Thank you. I've got 622 subscribers, you guys.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? So last time I seen it was 458. Now you're at 622. So I'm telling you that you're not tracking it. You just having fun. I get it, but
I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I promise you I don't.
Yeah, but we're having fun though. But I'm just saying, please get the branding going. You need to put a picture up here for Notary Nerds. There's no picture. It just say Notary Nerds has got to end. Right? put a picture, something. I'm like,
Monica, you need to go into your back office and check all your metrics.
yeah, you have to. Because like I said, I'm seeing it not because I'm looking at your matrix, but I have this plugin called, like I said, vidIQ and YouTube Buddies.
How do you go? Where do you go to? Like,
you have to down. That's a plugin. Don't we ain't doing it tonight. Okay, but that's a whole nother.
No.
Yeah.
Like you can see all that. You can see everything that's happening. All the stuff that's happening from this side. You can see all that in the back office. I can't remember what it is. You might want to check the settings or something. There's another thing in here where you where you upload. Go to where it says manage videos.
She's doing amazing though, because look,
it says
yeah. Her highest views is 24,000. So
yeah, that's your studio. That right there, all the metrics, everything,
exactly.
All that is on your left.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Get your analytics.
My goodness. Okay,
wow.
so when you say 24,000, I don't see 24,000 anywhere.
So it says your highest views is 24,000 per your 13 videos that you put up so far. Your average watch time, like you should see, it showed you your watch time. Like people are actually watching your videos all the way through. They're not coming off the video till you're done. Right. So that's why I'm telling you, like, you're just posting random videos, but it's time to kind of structure so people can know what Notary Nerds University are, because I feel like you're helping so many of us from the ground up to the top.
Got you.
So,
and it tells me I still have a lot to go before this channel is monetized.
No, you don't. You don't have a lot.
Your analytics.
You don't have a lot to
hit those analytics and find out what it's doing in the background.
Okay, I'm going to be downloading that. I'm going to be downloading. It's a plugin, you said, right?
Go to vidIQ and YouTube Buddy, but go on YouTube to get a gauge of what it is. Get an explanation of what it actually does and see which one yeah. So it's called YouTube Buddy and the other one is vidIQ.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Somebody asked me about Clubhouse. I need to start paying attention to these comments.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And then you see how at the top you have the notaries that are in you just came out of that, but I don't know what screen that was.
Let me go back.
But you should be,
your dashboard.
You're gonna see the other people in the industry with you that are even. Where are they at? Oh, I don't see it.
Top. Oh, channel analytics. Is this what you guys?
Yeah, there we go. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And you can see the watch time. It gives you here we go.
What?
This is it right here.
You can tell when people watch all the way through, or if they're cutting out early. You can tell how many people are watching, how many people.
It tells you how many subscribers you got in a certain amount of days.
Down everything.
Click on the subscriber. Yeah, so it'll tell you how many subscribers are coming in a day. 55. So then it dropped to 38, came back up to 42, and it's going down. But
I went down. What happened?
No, but nothing's happening. It's just that you're not putting active content up there, right?
Oh,
that's all that is. Nothing's happening.
It's also end of month. So a lot of
Monica, I think that's how I connected to you.
Really?
I think I saw one of your videos. I think so. I think I saw one of your videos on YouTube and I didn't pay attention to it long. I said, Notary Nerds. And I said, oh, let me try to find how I can connect to this. And then I just played around on Facebook and then just typing it in and I saw your picture. I said, oh, okay, all right, let me add myself to this group.
And look, Miss Monica. So look at your top videos though. So you see that top one where they were talking about government contracting. That's what everyone wants. It's 2,000 views.
Yes, I cannot wait for that.
And then right under it is the permit runner.
Okay, so let me give you the backstory behind this. Government contracting for notaries. I pushed that ad. I pushed an ad behind that. So I spent maybe $100 targeting a specific group of notaries, 35 to 65 on Facebook. So I posted the link to my business Facebook page and then I did a boosted post to that and I spent $100. So that contributed a little bit. So that's not all necessarily organic traffic, but it still happened. So I just didn't want you to think I posted it on the YouTube and it just did it by itself. I did put a little money and then the same thing with the permit runner, but I didn't do as much with the permit runner as I did with the government contracting. No,
but what I'm telling you though, is that whether you're putting money behind it or not, once you're putting money behind it or not, you need to be able to funnel people to notaryuniversity.com.
Right.
The only way we're knowing about it is because we're in the Facebook group.
I see.
It's not on the platform itself. So you need to have like a customized link so you can see who is coming from YouTube, who's coming from Facebook. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes total sense.
Even your ads that you're putting on Facebook, you need to know, like it needs to have like a signature coding that, oh, these are coming from Facebook. Just so that you can see.
Do you do this for people, Zara? Because you know a lot about this. Like, do you consult on this, or do you have a service that you do like this?
No, this is for my I'm branding my daughter behind. Y'all don't know, but I'm branding my daughter behind the scenes. So I'm getting obsessed with this. I am.
Got you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to be on YouTube University on this whole analytics thing. I'm going to be
it's all free.
my graphics and my branding, like you say, all together, because this is a lot of traffic to just be. Yes, Sebastian.
Miss Liz's daughter does the branding, the Pretty in branding.
Okay, I need to reach out to somebody. Yeah, because I don't know what I'm doing, and it's going to take me 2 weeks of watching YouTubes to figure it out. And I would much rather get some help from somebody. Thank you so much, Zara.
If you can post a short video, like a 5-minute video every couple of days on YouTube, doing an interactive video where you're asking a question for people to make comments down below. Kind of like the same idea as what you do on Facebook, but on YouTube value.
Right.
Then you're going to help drive up the traffic, because the more frequent videos you put on YouTube is going to push you to the top on your followers and people that are doing a keyword search. They're gonna say, hey, watch this person because they're posting a lot of content.
Got you. And
so it doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It's kind of like the same idea of what people do on Facebook with their short little video things.
Right.
A 5-minute video that you're asking question or asking somebody to do something, and they have to participate by commenting below. And then you can say, we'll address these questions. We'll address this in the next video type deal.
Yeah. You're already doing it. You're already doing it though. So that's why I'm saying it's not hard for you. Like I seen the video, you just the board, you're already doing it. So just put it on YouTube. So you're good. Yeah, you're already in rhythm. It's just that people need to put it. Oh, go ahead. Who said something?
I'm sorry. What is your baby's YouTube page so we can go ahead and like her page?
Oh, no, y'all. I'm not ready, y'all. Do 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all soon. Okay. Just 1 second. Okay. I'll tell y'all soon. Just we doing some stuff, but she
no
got
problem.
some.
I just wanted to support her.
I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you.
Now you should be able to have your Facebook and your YouTube tied, so that you're doing it in one place and pushing it to the other in 1 second.
Well, YouTube doesn't do that to Facebook, does it? I thought only
you can do another app thing that does it all in one. You can tie your stuff together.
Oh, that's
so you're not doing double duty, but you're hitting double the amount of people. And you can do it for Instagram, Twitter. I hate Twitter, but Twitter, Facebook. But you just do it in all one push.
Right.
You just do it once.
I did not.
If you do it on Instagram, it'll push it out to Twitter and Facebook automatically.
Right.
Okay, so when it comes to marketing, guys, what you guys just taught me can be applied to all of us, right? We all need to be doing all this stuff. We all need to have YouTube channels. We all need to get with Fiverr, get a YouTube banner. We all need to do our own graphic or whatever profile picture, and we all need to start posting content to YouTube. But I'm about to take your advice extremely.
Why not, Angie?
What? Oh, that was Sebastian.
She said no.
Yes. Angie, you really need your YouTube would blow up so fast because of what you know about bookkeeping. Do you know how many notaries? If you just did a notary bookkeeping channel, you would be.
No, stop counting yourself out, Miss Angie. It's serious.
Exactly.
So everyone's counting themselves out seriously. Like I know it sounds like funny, but we're counting ourselves out. That's why I said, Miss Monica, I really want to do the 10K challenge. And in the challenge, I'm gonna fix something up and show it to you because I got some ideas, girls. Please. But for you though, notary nerds though, you have got to brand this thing, man, and kind of. I'm not saying you're not taking it serious because you really came in like, hey guys, I'm just trying to keep myself accountable. Right. Okay, that's how you started off.
Because and just so everybody is caught up on that. Well, we started these, Sebastian, Crystal, Zara, day one. Like, down from day one, they were like, Monica, here's $50. Go give me some general notary work. tried to do that. It didn't work out. So guess what? We did Notary Nerds. I brought them content to replace that value. And that's kind of what she's talking about. I haven't moved beyond that. And you're right, Zara. I need to move it beyond that because it's bigger than that. It's going to be a bigger thing. And you guys, you don't know this yet, but the first big month I have, I'm calling Professor Closen. Okay? I'm calling Professor Closen because that's where I'm headed with this. But anyway, awesome call. Thank you guys for tuning in for another 2 hours, kinda, almost. We're about 10
of valuable
away.
content. Okay.
Super valuable. Though this will just get posted. Now I won't post this. Now should I post this on the YouTube channel or no? It's too long. Right?
No,
Okay.
no, not as too long, but no.
We don't
Don't make that decision for other people. Absolutely post on. You can't make a decision for somebody else and what they want to watch or not. It hurts nothing to post.
Oh, that's
it hurts nothing. It costs nothing.
So post it on YouTube, I guess. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. What is it gonna hurt? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, this is another thing. Okay, that's fine. I ain't gonna do that. Go ahead, post it.
Okay.
It'll also give you more.
After or text me, let me know.
Yeah, everybody gotta move with strategy, man. We gotta be strategic.
Okay. I hear you.
You gotta reel them into Notary Nerds. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta reel them in. It's
gotta be.
You just don't go in the ocean get the fish. You got the fish for the fish.
Right. I see what
but you can put it in another group. Like it doesn't have to be, because I know you can do the group video, the videos of like how many videos in each folder. I don't know what they're called, but you can put the long, it kind of isolate it so that it is an option for us to watch. Because I would freaking watch it. I've watched Notary to Pro ones. They're like an hour and a half sometimes.
Yeah, but Bill has everyone in a funnel to get onto that. You know, it's like it's like I keep saying, it's a funnel.
Okay.
No love. I'm not shading nobody, but you do what you want.
I get it.
Okay. All right, you guys. Well, I'm out of here. Cheers to everyone. I will see you guys in the group. I'm about to get off of here and go hop in another group and do a chat. So I'll be up. But I appreciate you guys.
And Monica,
she just likes to talk.
I put the pretty in branding for Tamika's website in there. Miss Liz Head's daughter.
Yeah.
So get that out of the chat or save the chat before you go.
I am saving it right this moment.
I'm excited.
I am too, girl.
I can't wait to be at Notary Nerds graduation. I hope I get to graduate with honors.
You know what I should have had ready is the certificates. I've got some nice certificates, you guys. I am so excited about these certificates that I don't even know what to do. But yeah, so you'll have continuing education credits to be able to flaunt. You'll have certificates. You'll have all kinds of jazzy stuff. Thank you, Sebastian, for sending me this website. I am loving it, except for the graphic looks a little pixelated. So this is not the work of a professional.
I'm telling you, that's an NO. With love, y'all.
Yeah, I know that that's not a good thing. Okay, so we might do this, but we may do it some other.
I'm gonna hurry up and get that 37 in.
Oh, everybody, you better jump on it because I wasn't clear on that, Miss Monica. That's another thing. You need to be clear in the group tonight and let people know what that $37,
Yeah,
because you're not clear on that. Because I was confused.
Okay. All right, you guys, I got a lot of work to do. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys.
I didn't see your notebook. Where are your notes?
Where's my notebook? Where is my notebook? You're right, I don't have my notebook. Hold on.
I'm just teasing.
Look, hold on. I've got my lipstick paper that I use when I have too much lipstick on, and I will take the notes. YouTube. What's the name of that software that does the posting?
vidIQ or YouTube Buddy. We need to get the announcements updated for the weekly schedule. And we need a video on Notary Nerds introductory video. Yeah, and we also need a mascot and a banner for YouTube. We can't be up there naked now. We've been naked too long.
And a banner.
Yeah, we've been naked too long. Mm-hmm.
YouTube mascot and banner. Okay, so Fiverr is basically getting all of my money again this week.
Wait, what's the mascot?
We don't know yet. She gonna surprise us.
Maybe
No, I mean, what is the mascot for?
Notary Nerds University. When you go to college, you got a mascot.
Oh, you mean like the little okay, I get you. Like the owl with the hat thingy on.
Yeah. Something like
but
that.
we need something with glasses, y'all. Something with glasses.
Definitely something with glasses. Okay, I got all of my stuff. I got YouTube Buddy. I got vidIQ announcement so everybody knows what's going on. Introductory video for YouTube, YouTube banner, YouTube mascot, YouTube.
And 10K and 10K challenge for second quarter.
Okay, do you have
and we gotta build up to that through marketing.
What is the feather that they used to use for pens? What kind of bird that comes from?
Oh, that's a good one.
Miss Angie.
And have the feather have one of the wings up.
You know what is it?
I don't know what it is. You have to research. But the
Quill
bird
pen.
that they use, the feather.
The quill.
Huh? Yeah, the quill. Yeah. So how about that?
I love it.
Because it's a note. It's how they used to make the original pens out of.
I have to figure out what that bird is, and we find is it what is the bird called? That's where we don't know.
Quill?
Yeah.
Quill?
I don't know.
Pheasant?
Zara, real quick before we go, do you have an idea
Yes,
of what you want to call the 10K challenge?
No, I got to talk. I got to sit down and talk to Source. I got to talk to
Now
God.
I gotta go.
Okay.
Now,
all right, you
now
guys.
you got me looking.
It is 10 o'clock, 9:56, close enough. Thank you guys for being here. I'm just probably going to post this one in the group for right now because we did drop some dimes on here that I don't know if I want all the way out into the whole world right just yet. So we're going to be a little strategic on this one, but I will be posting more content on YouTube because obviously there's more reach there that I'm dealing with. Okay, so turkeys, geese, and swans. Ugh.
Yep.
Swan.
Yeah, because the turkey, I'm not trying to be no turkey. Okay.
No. But a swan. Remember the ugly duckling that turned into a
It's a
swan?
swan.
Nerdy.
We're just gonna have to make sure that he's holding the pen so people get the whole reference because they may be like, why is Notary Nerds' thing a bird? So we'll have to make sure we tie that in graphically well. But
we passing on the bird, y'all. I'm not letting us go out like that.
You the bird?
Right.
No, we passing out on the bird. Who
No.
mascot in what college
The
got a
swan,
bird?
no, the swan would be great. You know
The
why?
swan could be
The
shaped
swan
like an
would be
egg.
great because, yeah, you can turn it upside down. You can look at it two ways. You can look at it two ways. You can look at it as a swan, or when you turn it upside down, you can look at it as something else.
Nah, we need a goat with a glasses and to say we the greatest of all times.
Oh,
Y'all doing the most.
I'm just teasing. I'm teasing.
All right, guys. You have a good evening. Thank you again for being on the
Okay.
call. I've got my notes. Thank you, Zara. Love you. We'll see you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Bye,
Hugs.
everyone.
Bye.
All right.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Bye.